This episode is sponsored by Parpel. Need a new headlight or taillight? Visit theparpel.com and enter your vehicle information, select the part you need, and schedule an appointment at a local nearby shop. It's that easy. To make the offer even sweeter, we're throwing in 10% off your first order with code WELCOME. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we do. Now, back to the podcast.
Hello, welcome back to the Lodge Pod. Today is, well, at the time of release, it's Thursday, February 29th. Happy Leap Day to those who celebrate. Happy birthday if your birthday is today. So a lot of stuff happened since we last recorded, particularly in the court storming scene. So we're going to touch upon that a little bit. We'll talk NFL. There was some recent news. A player was released. I don't know if he necessarily deserved to, but I know it's probably good for contract situation. Tom Brady revealed that he knew he was being cheated on for quite some time. Jalen Hurts shaved his goatee. We're going to see what that's about.
Pistons got hosed.
That's true. NBA officiating, we keep talking about that. Matt Rempe for the New York Rangers.
Addicted to fighting.
I don't know what he does on the ice other than fight. And then we'll do our normal current events with Lodge News Network. So, Era, kick us off today, buddy.
All right. You guys, you got 10 NBA players and 10 NFL players. You can name players if you like, but who out of those two wins a 9-inning game of baseball?
They're playing baseball, huh?
They are. 10 NBA and 10 NFL players.
Do we have to designate our pitcher?
No. I just saying hypothetically. I mean, you could if you want to. You can go into detail, but who do you think wins out of the 10 and 10?
So we need to pick 20 total players.
Yeah. You don't need to pick them. I'm just saying hypothetically.
Oh, if it comes from NFL or NBA?
Yeah, you could say like
so one team is NBA, one team is NFL.
Yeah, you could highlight some players, but I don't think we need to sit here and put together two teams personally.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Well, I'll start. I think that the NFL translates to the MLB way more than the NBA translates to the MLB. I feel like the NFL is like a universal sport. Like a guy can go from the NFL and dunk a basketball really cool, like Micah Parsons did in the All-Star game or the Celebrity game. I don't see necessarily an NBA player going on the diamond and really making a difference.
I'm taking the NFL because if you look at NFL players who have baseball experience, A.J. Brown drafted, Kyler Murray drafted top 10. Talking about pitching, Patrick Mahomes could be your pitcher. The NFL arm talent is probably too great for the hitters of the NBA, and they could probably get no hit pretty easily.
I guess so. To avoid a clean sweep, I'll take the NBA, and I'm simply going to make the argument that I think the average athlete that plays in the NBA is substantially greater in terms of athletic capability than the average football player. I think I'm also going to say that, while the hand-eye coordination might translate better from the NFL, if you get somebody in the NBA on base or in the field of play, give them a chance to make a play, I'm liking my odds there. So that's the take I'm going to have.
I do agree. I think the NBA defensively is probably a more sound baseball team.
How do you feel about the NBA players, though, wearing cleats? They're not used to spikes.
I mean, I don't know.
I stumped you.
You did.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Shoes are shoes. I mean, we all, put shoes on at one point.
I would think, I see a lot of these players playing in, celebrity, softball tournaments and stuff. I would assume they've probably worn cleats a time or two before in their life.
Are they wearing cleats in those tournaments?
I don't know. I don't know.
Imagine.
I would imagine probably because it's on a diamond or I guess a softball field. But yeah, it's a good.
Apart from the quarterbacks, I think that it's way closer than we are saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Jack's point because you can rattle off guys off the top of your head that play in the NFL and got drafted to the MLB. I don't know any of those sorts of guys in the NBA.
Pat Connaughton.
Okay.
Yeah, so Pat can pitch for them.
Let's see.
Pat's pitching in. He can do it, bro. Notre Dame product.
He throws 95, or he did when he was playing. I don't know how well he.
We saw how Michael Jordan fared in the MLB. He got one.
I think he'd probably do a little bit. Tebow. He'd be an all big time player for the NFL squad.
He would be, yeah. There'd be a lot of.
Is this all-time NFL? An all-time
No,
NBA?
No, but I think Tebow would still. If this game happened, Tebow would find a way there because he is Tim Tebow.
Well, yeah, I mean, he would be good for ticket sales, that's for sure.
One thing I think
Then
we gotta
bring
acknowledge
back
is
Tom.
like, if one of the NBA guys get a hold of a ball though, like they're launching that thing.
What about
Oh,
an
yeah.
NFL guy getting a hold of the ball?
Yeah, I agree, but I'm saying, imagine Joel Embiid, like full swing, full strength, making contact. This dude's 7 feet, 300 pounds.
I mean,
Like that ball is going far.
yeah, I agree. Like, I think it's like all or nothing if for the baseball team when they're swinging, it's all like, if they hit it, it's going. Like I said, and then they're
There's not going to be a lot of base hits, you're saying?
No, not from the NBA side.
It's gonna be a lot like the Yankees, I think.
Yeah, and it's successful for them some years.
The NFL Bombers,
Yeah.
I'm the NBA Bombers. You mean?
NBA Bombers. Well,
Yeah.
I'm taking the NFL Bombers.
I think the NFL would win, but I think it'd be closer than we're thinking because of this just pure athleticism that all the NBA players have.
I don't know about that. Maybe that could be a new thing for All-Star Weekend and the Pro Bowl. Let's just forego those and have
Them play other sports.
exactly, yeah. Like the Nebraska basketball team?
Yeah.
At halftime, their football players just came out and had a dunk contest.
Yeah, dude.
That's what
Maybe-
we need, dude.
maybe-
That type of creativity.
Maybe we just start having sports like have it all have like a same off season. Somehow, all the baseball must just start playing in domes, so like we can like make the stadiums like in seasons all match up, and then after the off season, instead of like training, we just have a major sport Olympics.
Yeah, that might.
That'd be a good time.
Because initially, when you started saying that, I was thinking about, we're in that area right now of sports hell, and I was like, that's just going to make it worse. But if they were participating in a few month long Olympics, that could be entertaining.
It would absolutely, but
Do you also think that our brains, like, do you think we have the capacity to handle all four major sports at once like that?
yeah,
Yes.
dude, I know that the NHL team would be at a large disadvantage in
Any other
any
sport?
of the of the summer Olympic sports.
Yeah, and then you get NBA guys trying to ice skate.
Yeah, the winter sport. When we get to winter, the hockey guys got it going on. Bobsled. Imagine getting like an NBA's team just in a bobsled, trying to get 4 guys. They're all like 7'6", 6'5", and up.
What about a figure skating type competition? Obviously, the NHL guys would run away with it, but I think it'd
Yeah.
also be entertaining to see the other three sports.
What other sports are putting them out there?
If you gave them
Absolutely.
some time to train, they might come up with some creative choreography.
like the commercial with Eli and
Yeah,
Odell back
yeah.
in the day.
Oh, dude, they probably have experience.
They probably do.
That's good for the NFL team.
All right. Well, we can talk about that another day. We can get a full deep dive into the events.
Yeah, let's break that down one day.
I'm down.
Maybe. I mean, we are gonna have a short hiatus after this. We are going away. It is spring break season for us college folk. It's our last go around, so we're gonna go have some fun. So we're gonna try and bring you guys this episode. We want it to be good. We want this content to last you guys until when do we get back? The 7th?
Yeah, Thursday.
So we can maybe record that Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
Get something up.
We've literally been sent to Cancun.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
off to Cancun.
What did Dog Rivers say? We had some guys playing, some guys in Cabo.
Yeah.
We're all going to
That
be in
guy's a
Cabo.
clown. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a clown.
Yeah, we'll have to get to him. I think as the season winds down, I definitely want to talk about him and the state of the Bucks.
Yeah.
So court storming is recently in the headlines and not for good reason. Kyle Filipowski has now become the male version of Caitlin Clark in the sense that he was hurt by a fan.
And hurt.
Yes, exactly. Definitely played it up. Turned out to just be what? He bumped his knee or something?
No, Kyle Filipowski definitely tried to assault. That Wake Forest fan is still spinning on the floor right now as we speak. He got launched. That Wake Forest fan that's running past him got... Because I didn't realize Kyle Filipowski flings his arms forward and his legs forward when he's walking. So that was interesting. I've never seen something like that before. But
Well, and then the coaching staff got really bitter about it.
could you imagine if Coach K was still there?
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
I have a lot of respect for Coach K, so I'm happy he wasn't involved in that situation because I
they're-
probably wouldn't like his take on that.
Do you think that they wouldn't have had a team? But Filipowski wouldn't have been on the bus home. There would have been a Hearst waiting for him.
They also, with Coach K, they don't lose that game. That's the one thing. You don't want to be court stormed. Don't get upset by an unranked team.
That is true. But
Yeah.
they were underdogs in the game even.
Who came out? Jay Billis was saying that you should just detain everybody that rushes the court.
It's just crazy.
So you're just gonna lock them on that court, and then you're gonna give out citations to 1,000 college kids.
That pay tuition they belong on the floor.
I think that like the discourse now is like, should we ban court storming? Court storming is such a big part, especially of college sports,
Yeah, I agree.
that you can't get rid of that. You can't get rid of that excitement. It's so electric when you see a team like Wake Forest go out.
Detroit Mercy.
Detroit Mercy, what was it? Mississippi Valley State
Yeah.
just got their first win. They had a little court storm going on. So there's two sides of the coin right now. You have these miniature court storms, which are sweeping the nation. Everybody loves them. But then Kyle Filipowski throws a fit because he got a bruise on his knee.
It was his knee, his ankle. I was surprised he didn't get amputated, honestly.
The way he reacted, I thought he tore his ACL or something.
Yeah, I mean, let the kids have fun, man. Like, I think it's just stupid. You're not gonna do away with it. Like, it's been around for what, half a century
Probably
at least.
since
Like,
Jesus was around. They probably stormed the court.
Probably
Probably
since
back then.
David
yeah.
and Goliath, I think.
Maybe even before Jesus.
Maybe, yeah.
They were the Romans were probably storming the Colosseum. I don't
That's
know
a
my
good point,
history that
yeah.
well. I don't know if that
I
was
think that
before
was-
or after Jesus.
I'm
but
pretty sure that was after,
that
but
would be after, yeah.
Adam and Eve probably had a court storming at some point.
Probably.
you think they had a court storming? Didn't they kind of fail?
Dude, wouldn't you consider Noah's Ark to be a court storming
Oh,
of
dude.
every species?
When they got off that ark,
That's a good point.
the party they had when they got off that ark had to be electric.
Yeah.
Now we're back. Not sure what happened there. We got cut off. We're testing out some new camera equipment, so we'll see how this goes. Where did we?
We were talking about the University of President that's going to get executed right there.
On half court.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Oh, is that one of the stipulations now?
Yeah, and Jack said he thinks that if there's like three in a season or like in a couple of years, then it happens.
Then you get a public execution of a university professor due to court storming.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe it should be the dean of students, not the president. You know, the person responsible of all student action.
Why don't we hold our security accountable?
I think,
They don't get paid enough.
yeah, and it's also like you see at sporting events the security. I mean, like no pro sport will ever have something like that, and I think that's like the beauty of it, because it's like,
That is college sports.
yeah, it is. I agree. For everyone like that, like if we don't go to a school that has the most school spirit. We went to a game for like a promotional thing, and if UT would have won, we probably would have stormed the court. 'Cause they-
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And
it's
they
like-
almost did win.
they did almost win. No, I agree.
That was a
And-
good game. Finally saw a crowd at UT.
But it was definitely like cool, and I would have went on the court. I stormed the court in high school one time. My team didn't win. They were like 0-13, and then they hit a buzzer beater to win a game. I stormed the court. I mean, it was, but
Yeah, it's a cornerstone of American sports.
There's beauty in it for sure.
yeah, and I just like you see it in football too. Like football, they have teams put bushes all around the damn stadium and stuff. People don't care. Like it's just a thing. It's like something that someone will never forget.
They
What-
threw the goalpost in the river.
What if they just
Multiple
put up
times.
a giant wall? So that way you couldn't, like, if you dropped down, you were definitely, like, breaking an ankle or something.
And the football stadiums, people still make it. I mean, my thing is just like, Jack and I were talking about this. I think college basketball wants to be a product that it is not. Like, I feel like it's trying to be the NBA, and it's not. And the NBA would love to have what college basketball has. Because we're like, in terms of, like, diehard fans, I think the NBA is probably the sport that has the fewest diehard fans because the marketing of the game is all around around the individual players.
Yeah, you're right. And it's that, and this could be a topic for another time, but they released NBA TV so you could try and catch every game, but they've just now... It's so hard. Even with NBA TV, there's so many times where there's a restriction on the game. It's blocked out in my area or whatever. It's stupid.
Yeah.
If you want people watching your product, why do you make it so hard for them? Anyway.
And it's also like those people that, like we said earlier, they're entitled to, like, to that floor. Like they're paying the tuition that those individuals Like they bleed in terms of like Duke. Like they bleed Duke blue. Like they don't like the football team was all right. They were solid, but like that's a basketball school. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my take on it.
Regardless, I think that this new narrative that court storming should be banned. This is just the media looking for a new slant and something to talk about. They got to find a new angle. This is annoying.
They're just gonna start finding, but it's just like it's never gonna stop.
Who are they going to find? Are they going to find the people who run
It's
on
like-
the court? Are they going to find the
The
universities?
university, the SEC fines $200,000 per court storm.
Fuck it, they can give that up.
Yeah, I mean, or field storm was for whatever football, Tennessee.
Whatever. Stupidity.
I agree.
But we all are in agreement on that it's court storming needs to stay. It is a staple.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, Marquez Valdes-Scantling got released today. I know he didn't have the best year, but he actually came up pretty big in the playoffs.
Scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
He scored that touchdown, probably turned the momentum in that game. I mean, obviously that
Yeah.
came off the muff punt, but
The off the shoe, yeah.
unfortunate right there for the Niners. But yeah, MVS, he also had that game-sealing catch against the Ravens.
He did. Yeah, no, he was like a key contributor.
I also did not realize that he was on the Chiefs last year too.
Yep.
Did you see the field much?
The what?
I don't think so. No.
couldn't have,
I think
right?
he saw the field more this year than he did last year. But that guy made timely plays. I mean, obviously they had to kind of restructure the roster a little bit, cut a few loose ends for cap reasons and whatnot. But
Snead, yeah, because Snead got the franchise tag
Yeah.
right after.
also, too, now that we're on the topic of guys getting released, shout out Shaq Barrett, man.
Yeah.
He's
He-
been cut by the Bucks.
He had a hell of a year. 2019, 19 and a half sacks.
He is the franchise leader in single-season sacks.
MVS had a decent season, 687, 42 receptions, only 2 touchdowns though.
Yeah.
And I love Shaq, but I think he even knew like the writing was on the wall. Like he was due like $20 million this year, and he had 4.5 sacks this past season. Like he just after the Super Bowl year and 2021 he kind of battled some injuries or whatever. Then the Achilles injury happened. And
Well, how old is he?
31.
yeah, but he's a good story. UFA made
Yep.
it big. Like the Bucks, he bet on himself to join Tampa, and I just at this point the productivity was not there to match the contract,
Have you guys-
especially after the emergence of like Tryon Shoyinka, Diaby, etc.
Speaking of UFAs, have you guys ever seen the stat that they try to use to encourage UFAs where it's like there's been more Hall of Famers that are undrafted free agents than number 1 overall picks?
Yes.
I mean, just off of pure statistics, that's obviously going to happen.
Yeah.
There's been how many number 1 overall picks? Like 60?
I don't know whenever the draft started.
was probably-
that's when they did it.
No, it's almost like it's been what at least since the 30s.
There's
So,
more
like,
UFAs than that in a single season.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
Yeah,
But keep going, boys. It's a cool story. We
Yeah.
always
Yeah,
appreciate an
shout
underdog.
out UFAs. Keep going.
Dude.
Jason
thing.
Light did say they're open to Shaq Barrett coming back, but obviously that would be at a significant pay cut.
Yep.
Which I would love to have Shaq back. I think he's a good character guy for the Bucks, but other than that, like
How many teams would pay him like top end money though? There's not many.
no, I would not.
Would
Achilles injury 2 years ago.
Yeah, but like you said, 4.5 sacks. Who's gonna really pay top dollar for that right now?
Nobody.
I don't know that he's like a missing piece necessarily for any defensive unit out there.
but some team will give him more money than he's probably worth.
Yes.
Because of his name.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. But that's
Um,
kind of how it goes, I guess.
Yeah. Free agency is almost here. When the new league year starts, like in the beginning of March.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the Eagles are going to get hit for some sort of tampering. Have you guys seen what they're doing with L'Jarius Sneed right now?
no.
They're just players like Boston Scott, Milton Williams are like texting him, like, come to the Eagles. Is that allowed?
Yeah.
I think player tampering is legal.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just like the league can't, like the front office can't do it. But I mean, like, there's definitely loopholes to everything. But like I said, I don't think that he's going to Philadelphia.
I'm also getting weird Byron Maxwell type vibes if we sign him.
Yeah, he's a top cornerback right now. But he's just like a, I don't know how to describe it. He doesn't look, when you think about the top corners, you don't think L'Jarius Sneed.
I mean, you have to now, him and McDuffie, but I don't know. I can't. I think I might just be mentally and emotionally scarred because I was like 14 and a really big Byron Maxwell fan. And then we signed him, and I was like, this is so awesome. I bought his jersey off of AliExpress and everything. And then he was one of the worst cornerbacks I've ever seen put on midnight green.
Yeah. I feel bad for that AliExpress jersey, man.
Yeah, man. What happened to it?
I still have it. My mom actually tried to sell it at a yard sale over the summer. I said, Mom, nobody's paying more than $1 for that. I mean, you might as well just keep it, honestly. It's a relic at this point. I also got a DeMarco Murray jersey at the same time. I was 0 for 2 on jerseys that year.
DeMarco Murray, though, was just like, I felt like he was good, but the Eagles were just not his type of offense.
Chip Kelly didn't know how to utilize him.
No.
He was running this guy who was just run him north-south, let him hit the gap and go. And he was trying to run him to the outside and everything. It was insane. I remember, I'm going off topic, but Pat Shurmur took over for Week 17 that year, game against the Giants. Immediately runs just a dive with DeMarco Murray. And the Eagles still had a premier offensive line at that time. He runs for like a 50-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
So,
But
and then he went to the Titans and was actually still had a couple
not
good
bad,
years.
yeah.
No, I think he played 1 season and was done after that.
Was it 1? I thought it might have been 2.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 1.
Regardless, if he had 1, it was a decent year, I remember.
But to kind of reel us back to the Chiefs, crazy news, Eric Bieniemy is going to UCLA to be an offensive coordinator. Like, is this guy the worst? Is this guy the worst interviewer in sports?
There's got to be something about him, right?
Yeah.
I think he is. I mean, the dude is he has to be either that or like he just can't relate to like ownership. You know, like I feel like a lot of the owners probably want to hire guys that they see themselves at least getting along with at like a personal level, maybe. And maybe he's just not a social dude. Maybe he's kind of reserved or whatever. But the dudes must have interviewed for at least 20+ teams at this point.
It's been since like right after Mahomes' first year. He was such a hot name on the coaching market, and then every year it was who's going to get Bieniemy, and nobody ever signed him.
And maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're like, all right, all these other teams passed on you. Like, why would we take you?
It's like a draft slide.
Yeah.
People start to
Yeah,
panic.
you just slide.
And then
yeah.
also, but like then you even look at like what his like the Commanders weren't that bad offensively. Like they definitely had their lulls, but Sam Howell was also not good.
Yeah.
He also got sacked a ridiculous amount of times.
But dude, when Jacoby Brissett came in at the end of the season, he was dealing.
Yeah.
Like it's just weird. I'm like this dude's got to be like to end up in college.
So Bieniemy's teaming up now with Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly's in
No,
Ohio
Chip's
State.
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chip's in Ohio State?
Yeah.
That
Because
happened? Okay.
Brian left.
Yeah, Brian, the old Texas coach.
O'Brien.
Oh, Bill O'Brien.
Bill
yeah.
O'Brien.
I hate Bill O'Brien.
Anyway.
He's the new Boston College coach.
Yeah. Good luck.
All right, so we're still getting used to this new setup, but
Yeah.
Tom Brady was cheated on.
Yeah.
Is what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. I obviously you feel bad for the guy. I think at least the last few years in New England, and definitely every year in Tampa, you were always hearing the rumblings of like Gisele is unhappy that he's still playing. Tom Brady doesn't know if he wants to play because he wants to be with Gisele and the kids. Gisele. It felt like that dude tried his best to sacrifice for her. Meanwhile, I think the report said years that like she had been cheating or had a relationship with this dude for years. So it sucks. You know, good guy. Hate to see it happen. Like you guys said, if it can happen to him, it can happen to any of us.
It can happen to anybody.
Sorry about
Nobody
that,
is
Tommy.
safe.
Nobody's safe.
What I wonder if you guys would have had a better year. last year,
2022?
maybe if he was a little more focused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like
2 years ago.
I was talking to Owen about. I'm like, so like obviously like they had like divorce filing, but do we know who? Like, I feel like it might have been more mutual than people actually think.
I think that Tom is just the kind of guy he is. Probably went out of his way to protect her a little bit in that situation. Maybe for the kids, maybe for whatever the case, but I felt like he kind of like took all the shots from the media for it, took like the heat of like of everybody kind of coming down asking him questions
Because
about
the
it.
narrative was that he was still playing football, so she was pissed.
And that's why she left.
Yeah. But turns out she was just learning a little
Banging.
bit more than jiu-jitsu.
Correct. That's exactly right. And
She was
so
exploring.
you got to just feel for the dude. I mean, you got to feel for the guy. It just sucks.
Win 7 Super Bowls, and that's how you get treated.
Yeah.
Nobody is safe.
Nobody is
So
safe.
what? He finds out. Let's say he finds out and comes back and wins that Super Bowl. You know, he's enraged, and then he just burns out the next season because he's too busy focused on off the field issues.
Well, this was 2022. He retired after.
Yeah, but it's rumors been unhappy. Maybe that's when he figured out that she was being unfaithful.
Yeah.
You think he went
He
and lived
started
with,
having suspicions, and he said, "You know what? Like, I'm gonna go do what I want to do."
Do you think he went and lived with his parents? Imagine Tom Brady living with his parents at 45.
Like a twin bed.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure, he can pick one of his multiple houses to go to.
Yeah.
Him and Antonio Brown could hang out again, share a house.
Oh boy.
Dude, and then that's wild. Sorry, time to
No, that
But you remember AB's posting pictures with Gisele with their arms around him and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, think about that then. Tom probably knew my wife is cheating on me. We're in a very estranged marriage. And I got this dude who I just put up in my house trying to help him get his life together and his shit together.
And he's trying to smash.
And he's trying to bang my wife.
What's up with that?
Yeah.
You put a guy who is insane with CTE in a house with a model.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what else you
Antonio-
expect to happen.
I don't know if Antonio Brown actually. I think Antonio Brown kind of
Yeah,
took it and ran with it.
I think
Yeah,
what
I'm not insinuating that by any
Well,
means.
no,
don't
I think
that-
what Antonio Brown was enough to be like, yeah, you can not do that ever again.
Yeah,
get out.
dude.
you'll get back on your feet, Tom.
I'm sure he's got a couple women in his line.
I thought there was rumors that he had some 25-year-old.
I saw that for a while.
Good
I
for
don't know.
him.
I hope he
Go
does.
for
Good
it.
for him, Tommy.
Speaking of goats, Jalen Hurts shaved his goatee.
That's about as goat as Jalen Hurts is ever gonna get.
Yeah.
Goatee.
You like my little pun there?
Yeah.
You walked into that one for sure.
What does that mean for us, though? Jack, what does that mean for us going forward? No goatee. I think he
It
does
means
this,
clean
though.
slate. Get it?
Yes. Clean slate going into 2024. Except I think he shaves his goatee like every offseason.
Yeah, clean slate every year.
He is also a robot, so he'd be like, "Oh yeah, that was good."
A
It
robot
helps
can't
us."
shave, though.
You seen his interviews? The guy's a robot.
I could never imagine having a beer with that dude. I think I'd be miserable. I think
He
I'd
probably
just
doesn't
be
drink
like-
beer. He'd probably drink like
doesn't.
O'Doul's.
Yeah, okay. I can't imagine having
Heineken Zero.
having
Yeah,
a
he
glass of
drinks that
water with him.
non-alcoholic.
Like, what would we talk about?
You go in, you're like, "Hey man, you see the game?" He's like, "No, dude, they was giving me a vision."
Yeah, gosh.
You'd probably become wise beyond your years.
Dude, is he really wise though, or does he just walk around media questions with bullshit?
Yeah.
I don't know. He definitely knows how to. He knows how to be ambiguous. That's for sure.
Ding, ding, ding.
Lincoln Riley must have taught him well.
Yeah.
People wouldn't be as upset though if they were still winning with his quotes. Everyone loved him in 2022.
I don't even know if it's that. I just feel like when you do the same thing and
Over
you
and over.
recycle the same thing over and over and over again, I think people would get annoyed.
You just get corny.
Keep being you, Jalen.
Look at Russell
Don't
Wilson.
listen to these guys.
Like say they win the Super Bowl, I don't know, this past year just to make your point, and then he's still doing the same thing. Me personally, I'm still killing him for it. I'm like, dude, you suck. Like, you're so annoying to listen to.
No, that's literally Russell Wilson. Look
Yeah.
at his career.
Agreed.
He won a Super Bowl early, became a favorite, went back, lost. A tragic story, and then now, this past 2 years, it's just been everyone hates Russell Wilson.
But Russell Wilson never shaved his goatee, so
He didn't have one.
But Russell Wilson does the same old PR BS.
Yeah.
Like
kissing
you saw him the other day, and
babies
he's like,
every
I think I
year.
got 2 out of the next 5. Like, dude, shut up, bro.
Sounds like Jalen Brown.
I
Shout
was
out JB.
going to say the
my guy.
exact same thing.
It's like, come on.
so Rangers. Remby's a rookie, right?
Yeah,
And he just likes to fight. He's a goon.
he slings fists, bro.
So I haven't watched. I've only seen the clips. Is he picking these fights, or are people picking fights with him?
Well, he was like, he laid this huge hit, and it was pretty borderline at first, and then that meant individuals kind of just started.
Was that in the Flyers game or no?
No, I
Was
think they
this a
played the
while back?
Devils before.
Yeah.
He had a hit, and it was like kind of dirty, and then the next game they played Philly, and that's when it just
So he's got a target on his back now.
yes.
What's the one dude's name from Goon?
Doug Glatt?
No, but the kind of his idol, the guy he looks up to.
I don't remember. I remember Doug, number 69. What an iconic movie,
The
dude.
Enforcer.
Hockey movies, low key, got the best movies out of the
Yeah,
sports
there's a lot of
sports
great
world.
hockey movies.
Mighty Ducks, Miracle on Ice.
Miracle, yeah.
Let me see. I don't know. Was
No,
it
you can't take
Ross
them over
Ray?
baseball. Baseball
Ross Ray.
movies are the best.
No, they're not.
Ross Ray was the guy.
What? Sandlot, Moneyball.
Field of Dreams,
Field of Dreams, good.
Rookie of the Year.
I don't know what that movie is.
That's the one where his arm
Yeah,
just
he
he
breaks
gets like
his
a
arm.
surgery and his arm is just the most powerful thing you've ever seen.
Wow.
He threw like
Air
a
Bud.
500-foot dart to home plate in the movie.
Air Bud, that would qualify
Bud.
under basketball movies.
I mean, he's
He
done
did
everything.
he did every sport.
When we're
Yeah.
talking about the GOAT,
Air Bud,
Air Bud.
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers is such a dude. That's got to be one of. I think that's better than Miracle.
Coach Carter.
Let's save this because we should be.
Yeah, we could go in depth.
We can rank every individual
we could
sport
do that.
movie
you're forgetting Rudy.
by sport.
Rudy.
Football, number one.
Yeah.
Baseball is the best.
No.
Baseball
No.
has the most movies
No.
that are top tier.
No, it doesn't. I'm taking basketball.
All right, guys.
I think football might honestly take it for me. But hockey.
I think baseball. I'm not a big baseball
Like
guy.
actual movies, it's baseball.
Rudy, The Blind Side.
The Blind Side is a fake story,
doesn't
fabricated
matter.
story.
Okay.
That
We're not
is
talking about
flown
documentaries.
down
It's-
my-
You're
It is
telling
it
me
is
that a movie that lost Michael Orr millions of dollars is a great movie?
Yeah, Sandra
it's
Bullock's in
it's
it.
a
She looks
stain
good.
on Sandra Bullock's career now. It is a stain on her career.
Yeah,
Lily
doesn't matter.
Collins, though. Smoke show.
Objectively, if you didn't know the story, if you went and watched The Blind Side right now, you'd be like, "Wow, that was a great movie."
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
but
You
the,
just proved my
the
point.
context behind it is the issue.
Okay, that's fine. It's a movie.
Don't tell me it's fucking based off a true story.
Well,
And then
I
have
didn't.
Michael
I
Orr.
didn't tell.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the marketing team.
Well, at the time, it was.
Anyway, let's get to some news. You guys down with that, or do you have anything else you wanted to say? I know there's college basketball.
No,
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down with it. Let's do the news.
I'm down.
All right. Lodge News Network, we're back. This is my favorite part of every episode at this point, to be honest with you.
Wow.
I think I want to kick us off.
Okay, man.
Let me pull this up real quick before I forget. Okay, so a woman in Ireland lost $800,000, or lost her $800,000 disability case after photos of her throwing a tree in a Christmas tree competition surfaced. So I'll throw the picture up there so people can get a look at what we're talking about. Camilla Grabska, 36 years old, sued an insurance agency after a 2017 car crash, and she claimed that her debilitating neck and back pain prevented her from holding down a job for 5 years. She quit her job, received disability payments, and argued that her previous and future lost income was over $500,000. Now, they obliged her. She said she couldn't even pick up her kids anymore. They started paying her disability. And then in 2018, a year after her accident, the photo surfaced of her throwing this tree. I don't know why this is coming to light now, but
Why was she throwing a tree?
she entered a competition. She did not think this through very much, that social media nowadays is going to get you got for anything. So she threw a 5-foot spruce tree as far as she could. And there's also a picture of her. She won the ladies competition. She threw that tree farther than any lady with her debilitating neck and back pain.
She just fought through the pain. She's a true warrior.
True warrior here.
Her lawyer's got to be pissed.
Her lawyer probably dropped her.
Yes.
He's probably made a lot of money off her. He's
That's
probably
true.
pretty
Maybe
happy.
he's not pissed.
She's probably got like a public service person now. I don't know, a public
Yeah.
attorney.
All right, well, keeping with the competition theme over here at the Florida segment, here's a great example on why I love Florida so much. We have embraced the idea of Florida Man, and we have come up with, when I say we, it's not me. I'm going to give the credit to the right people, but we've come up with the Florida Man Games presented by Flow Grown, which is like a Florida, apparel brand. The credit goes to a guy named OMG It's Wicks. He founded it.
He's an iconic Floridian.
He's an iconic Floridian, so I don't want to take the credit for it. This is his event. Shout out you, OMG Wicks. Anyways, here's what it consists of to give you guys some context. I thought this was pretty great. Here's the games. Number 1, Eat the Butt Challenge.
Elaborate.
So, yes, I know it's crazy, but you are speed eating butt of a pig, pork butt. Okay, so the
Okay.
first one to eat the pork. The pictures are great too. I wish you could see them. But the first one to finish a plate of pork butt. All right, that's the first challenge. Eat the butt challenge. Challenge number 2: weaponized pool noodle mud duel. How freaking awesome does
How
that
weaponized
sound?
are we talking? It looks like
So,
they're wearing hockey helmets.
They are wearing hockey helmets in a pool of mud that looks like it goes up to roughly above their ankles. They seem to have what is this? It seems like there's some sort of
vacuum.
It's almost like a jousting stick.
yeah, like some sort of jousting stick, and they are going at it in the mud, whacking each other. It's Coliseum style duels. Look at the crowd too.
Are they
Look
court
at the
storming
crowd.
after this?
They must be. I mean, look at the crowd. People
It
are coming
might
out to
be.
support this. This is awesome. I'm going to the next one.
Oh,
Next one. Evading arrest obstacle course. Okay, so yes, that's exactly what it sounds. A Florida man, they love to evade the police. So here, you're going to jump over fences, run through backyards, and you're going to run away from actual police officers to earn your freedom. That's the next
crazy.
competition. And this guy's holding an alligator float. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, number 5, cash grab. So you're going to put yourself in one of those little machines that blow dollars everywhere. The most money you grab, that's how you win. Number 6. All right, I got to speed this up because there's a lot. A catalytic converter, 2 bikes, and a handful of copper pipes. Race against time. So I guess you have to steal catalytic converters, 2 bikes, and a handful of pipes and ride your bike away.
As fast
to
as you
win.
can.
Yeah. Florida Sumo's next. And, and that's pretty much how it
They
goes.
have officials and everything.
They do
too.
have officials, former American gladiators.
Where are they doing this? Can we go?
I'm going to get back. Oh, then they have entertainment,
Oh.
a mullet contest you can enter as well, a Florida ma'am pinup, and a chicken coop bingo. I'm going to figure out where they're doing this. But yeah,
Wait,
shout
what is
out.
chicken coop bingo?
2 chickens will decide whether you win or lose in this fun, dirty game inspired by our Floridian family in places like DeLand or Intilishan, where they literally do this for fun because they don't know that cell phones exist yet.
Let's go.
So there you go. There's my news for the day.
All right, mine's gonna be a little shorter and a little sweeter. You guys like Frosties?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Wendy's is introducing an Uber-style surge pricing,
Oh, I saw this bullshit, dude.
and it's like based on the time of day, the price is either going to go up or down, which is stupid. It's like that's just pushing people away from your business.
They're going to crash and burn and crash
Yeah.
and burn.
It also says your Wendy's item could cost more or less depending on what time you order in the future. Like what? I'm not playing the stock market. I'm going to Wendy's to get my Baconator. You
I've
know,
seen people actually already investing and filling their fridges with Wendy's meals.
dude, not a bad idea.
so when this
but-
comes around, maybe they go just a little bit below MSRP.
So let's one day if this ever gets incorporated, we'll go at like, let's see, like what's a random at
Let's
2,
go like right when the
two-
high schoolers get out.
2:17 p.m. Yeah, right around then, and we're gonna go, and hopefully the prices are gonna be right before that rush hour traffic could be a little down. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
get my Baconator for like $4 instead of $5.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah,
Did you say
I don't like the prospect of it though, but
No.
we'll definitely experiment.
Yeah, no, Wendy's, I'm just going to say that's total shit right there. Speaking of shit, a ref shit herself during a pit lacrosse game. And
Saw
then
this.
the pit Twitter account tweeted out a tweet that said, "What's that smell? It's at," I'm not going to say the poor girl's name, Stanky Leg after her first goal of the season.
what do you mean, poor girl? She scored a goal.
No, but what's that smell? Stanky Leg. I mean,
Now she's
some-
just associated with shit.
She,
for the
yeah,
rest
she's.
of her life.
Some people also might dive further into that and start saying that the girl smells. You know, just not a good look by the pit team.
By the referee.
Well,
Yeah.
Definitely
well,
not a good look by the referee.
Not a good look for the referee, but I also don't think that Pitt really realized what they were doing when they were tweeting that out.
I think they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah. I've never seen such visible, like, evidence of somebody shitting themselves.
Dude, that.
Oh,
You know
like,
what I mean?
we'll
Like,
put
it's so incriminating.
like it is like we'll put the picture up.
No,
there.
I don't know if we can.
It is running.
It's
Look it
down
up for
so
yourself.
It is. She's wearing shorts and you can see it on her calves. Like it's bad. It's bad.
It's like leaked down
That's a
both
Taco Bell.
sides.
You can find it.
Yeah,
Just
that
go to
is a
Old
Taco
No,
Bell.
that's
Rose
straight.
Sports
that-
Twitter.
yeah, that's chipper. That's like 2 meals of
Oh my
Chipotle.
god,
That's an extra guac.
Oh,
That's-
God.
that's a lot of queso probably.
No, I think it would be more bound up. if it was
Oh God.
if it was queso. I think the guac. It's like when you don't eat vegetables for a long time, you get them you have them for the first time again. It's like
You sound like a poop scientist.
no,
He
I'm not
is.
saying though. I'm
They're
just
now
saying like
poop
when I
expert.
was like you've had experiences where like if you don't eat like carrots for like a couple weeks, then you have another carrot. Say personally, I've had some looser bounds. In a politically correct way to say it.
Let's get this hashtag going. Hashtag Nabber's poop expert.
Yeah, Nabber is a poop expert.
Dude. So we need to talk about spring break a couple years ago, right before a trip down memory lane.
Nope.
Why the water was
That is
dirty.
it, everybody. And the
That's
podcast
it.
is over. Everybody, let's have a great rest of your weekend.
Oh,
We'll see
God.
you in 2 weeks.
Oh God.
All right, yeah, we can get out of there on that one. All right.
Like, comment,
Should they
subscribe.
stay posted for some content over spring break or what?
Yeah, I'll have stuff ready to go. We'll that'll all be out on like the YouTube and the TikTok, or not the YouTube, the Instagram and the TikTok.
Check
So
it
we got
out,
that
people.
going. Production wise, we'll keep getting this fixed. We keep toying around with a bunch of different camera setups. So this is definitely the best quality we've got so far. It's given us a little bit of issues, but we'll figure everything out. If you tuned in, thank you. Come back. Like we're in the dead of sports right now. March Madness is right around the corner. By the time we come back, we'll have a lot to talk about. So once again, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
See ya.
See you.